What kind of music do you play?
Well, it's kind of hodgepodge, rhythm and blues, funk, New Orleans, and rock, but basically blues. There's a little country in there. It's not dissimilar to one of the great American bands, Little Feat, in part. But when I do play blues, it's um, a little more rootsy than say if you went to hear Little Feat. It's kind of focusing directly on the blues.
How did you learn to play guitar?
I just fell in love with it. I saw Johnny Horton, man, when I was about 8 years old in Grants, New Mexico, a small town outside Albuquerque.
Tell us about Johnny Horton. Who was
And
he?
Johnny Horton was the guy who wrote in 1814. We took a little trip around Mississippi. Anyway, Battle of New Orleans. So he was going to get me my first guitar because my mother was involved with the booking of the community center there, and he played the community center. But of course, there wasn't a good enough guitar in town. It was a small town, so I didn't end up getting a guitar. But he was a great guy, and I really thought the music was cool. He was kind of a rockabilly guy, and he passed away within a year. It was kind of sad, but very sad, really. So anyway, I always was drawn to music. It wasn't just him, but I used to listen to KOMA radio in the car when I was a kid.
Where was that? San Diego?
Well, they're out of Oklahoma City.
Okay.
So I was a kid in New Mexico by that time. I was an Army brat, so I was born in Fayetteville, North Carolina, and my first grade was in Shreveport, Louisiana. Just south of that was at Fort Polk, and KOMA radio came out of Oklahoma City and they had 50,000 watts AM, so it reached pretty far and wide. And anyway, moving as an Army brat, moving west, ended up in Albuquerque and could even get the reception better there. And also then Wolfman Jack from Del Rio, Texas, mighty XCRB. Played a lot of R&B. Later he was the host of Midnight Special, just influenced by everything.
So did you take guitar lessons, or you just picked it up and started playing?
I just picked it up and started playing, and I had some guys show me how to make bar chords and things like that. I played harmonica first. Started playing in 1969 after finishing high school. Finished in '68. I was basically a jock. I was a tailback, football player, and sprinter, and track.
Where was that?
San Diego, California. I finished in Coronado High School, just the island in the bay there, Hotel Del Coronado. The Beatles stayed there in '68. Anyway, Bill Clinton stayed there. I think without, what's her name? Both what's their names. Anyway, so great hotel, great little upscale community. Back then they had a middle class. Now they don't. They ran pretty much everybody off. They used to have the Army, the Navy bases, splits in half the island, and they, at that time, they had that Navy housing was on the Coronado Island, and they slowly but surely got rid of that, put up apartments, and then high-rent stuff. The home I used to live in on Orange Avenue, which was the main drag, is now gone, and the hotel has taken that over, and condos, and everything's upscale.
What brought you to West Virginia?
West Virginia, in 2004, I was the musical supervisor, and I wrote most of the music for a show called The Rose of Corazon, and it was written by my good friend Keith Glover, who's a Tony Award-winning playwright. At that time, he was from New York and was planning on moving to LA. Called me up and asked if I would help him with his play. So I came and we built it in Shepherdstown at CATF, which was run by Ed Herendine, and that's where I met the love of my life, Kirsten. I didn't know at that time she would be, but we just became friends, and Kirsten lives here and teaches at Shenandoah, and I slowly but surely got myself up here, and things are good.
And so
I even enjoy shoveling snow at times.
And so you're going to be playing music in and around Berkeley Springs. You already are.
Yeah, I play the Earth Dog on occasion, and I play here for Chuck, who just went by at the Fairfax Coffee House. I usually do a duo or a solo when I play at the Fairfax, and I'll play with a trio, play louder at the Earth Dog. I'm going to play in Hagerstown. I know I play March 13th at the Zodiac, which is on Dual Highway.
In Hagerstown.
In Hagerstown.
And you're scheduled, I also see, to play in the summer concert series at Berkeley Springs State Park.
Forgot all about the big gig. Now that is with a good friend of mine. She's kind of a folk rock, really good songwriter. And then some friends of mine, my old bandmates from San Diego. So James East on the bass, who played with Eric Clapton, he's played with Elton John, he's played with Sergio Mendes, real broad palette, and then the drummer has played with Randy Newman, and I can't remember who all, but they're all good players, you know. And like I say, we're old friends, and the drummer, Danny Campbell, was producing this girl, and it's hard to pronounce her name. It's spelled D-E-B-L-O-I-S, Deblois. It's French, but nobody can. It's Deb Lois, you know. Just anyway, Deblois Millage. We'll play in the park. I think we're 5:30 to 7:30, and then after that we'll go over to the Earth Dog and we'll play the rest of the night. It's hard to just pick up and relocate and you know, be known. I was never really that well known anyway, but we're going to see if we can change that here real soon. By the time we have the next album out, I have some really great players. Bass player from Little Feat is Kenny Gradney. Drummer is from Robert Cray's band. He's also a Grammy Award-winning producer, Tony Bronigal. Mike Finnegan played keys on my next album. He played with Jimi Hendrix on a song called Rainy Day Dream Away back on the Electric Ladyland album in about 1969 or 70. And he also plays with Joe Cocker, and he plays with Crosby, Stills & Nash currently. And then I have Bonnie Raitt's bass player, current bass player, Hutch Hutchinson, plays bass as well.
I'm out. When's that out?
That'll be about summer.
And do you have a title for it yet?
Better Man.
Better Man?
Yeah. I just met the Weber brothers. I haven't heard them play, but I hear they're great. I know they tour over in Europe, and of course Jim McCoy is just a great guy. You know, I totally get a kick out of it.
Are you going to be playing the Troubadour?
I have never booked it, but you know, I would do it.
Right.
Sure.
Good.
Open to anything.
So you played with Albert King. Tell us, who was Albert King, and how did you get to meet him?
Albert King was one of the iconal blues guitar players. You know, his style has been copied by many rock guitar players. You know, Eric Clapton uses some of his licks. Stevie Ray Vaughan used just about every one of his licks. And we covered the Rolling Stones tune, Honky Tonk Women, thinking that his blues was not getting out to the masses, so then the black artists started covering the Limeys who were getting over. And Albert King came and he sat in with us, and he really liked my guitar playing, which was really great. You know, he was one of my all-time heroes. You know, and then he goes, "Hey, guitar player, give me your card. I want to do some gigs with you." Cool, man. I felt like I died and went to heaven. And, he passed away maybe I don't know, about a year or so after, so I never really got to tour with him.